When it comes to the real estate business, short-let apartments are making a lot of waves. And that is because a lot of people find them as home away from home when it comes to business trips, honeymoon, or even vacation. And they're making a lot of money from the industry. Today on SME Hub, we'll delve into the real estate business, especially focusing on short-let apartments. My name is Omobolanle Adeshi. Welcome on board.
Short-term rental describes furnished self-contained apartments that are rented for short periods of time. Short-let apartment is one in the Nigerian real estate space that has become more popular over the years, and it is of no surprise. Short-let gives customers opportunity to stay in a private property that offer a more personal and comfortable experience than a serviced apartment or hotel. Though it has been in existence in Nigeria since 2011, the not-so-popular short-let apartments leveraged the COVID-19 lockdown, a period when most hotels were out of business and were forced to close their doors to occupants to record breakthroughs. According to reports by Market Watch, the short-term rentals market has grown significantly during the last few years, and it is expected to grow at a rapid pace in the next 5 years, with the occupancy rate projected to be at 70% in 2021. In fact, short-term rentals yielded 30% more profits for homeowners and investors than long-term leases, with an estimated global market valuation of $169 billion in 2018 alone. Also, research has proven that short-let rentals in Nigeria could be 20 to 25% cheaper than hotel rooms. The rental range for short-let apartments is wide and depends on the quality, branding, unit size and location of the offer. Rents can go as low as 25,000 naira for a studio apartment to as high as 140,000 naira per day for a 3-bed apartment. The commercial outlook for short-let apartments remains attractive in light of positive market fundamentals, expansion possibilities, and strong levels of profitability.
All right, let's jump right in. Right here with me is Afolake and Cole. She is manager, Milano Signature Apartment. Thank you for joining us, Afolake.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to have you here.
So let's talk about service apartments. Yes, I know they're also known as short-let apartments. What would you say are the key factors or the need that this industry is meeting in Nigeria?
Wow, it's meeting a lot of needs because there are a lot of people that come here during the festive season and they're looking for a place to stay, somewhere like home away from home. So yes, this is the perfect kind of place for you to stay. That's the short-let apartments. Then apart from that, most people like to have, honeymoon. They like to have, stay in a really nice looking place.
Home away from home.
Yeah, home away from home. Not only honeymoon, some people like to have small get-togethers, bridal showers, things like that. So yes, there are a lot of needs that short-let apartments meet in
So
Nigeria.
Looking at what we have right here, Milano Signature Apartment, what would you say was the major factor that caused or that influenced or informed the establishment of this business?
Yeah, like I said earlier, the major factor is, yes, it's to meet the needs of people. Especially like now, some people come for business meetings. Like I had a potential customer call me saying he's from Abuja and he needs a place to stay, for a while, just to wait for his clients to, respond to him. So yes, this place it meets the needs of most people like this. And some people, they don't like to lodge in hotels because of some, limitations in hotels.
Let's look at some of these limitations that are not present in this or in service apartments or in shortlets?
Okay, you mean?
You mentioned that a lot of people do not like to go to hotels because of some limitations. Let's look at some of those limitations that are not present in shortlets.
Okay, the limitations, I would say, okay, like in the hotel, you can't just walk to the kitchen to make something for yourself.
True.
Yes, but here, there's a kitchen for you. And
you see with so much smile, like the experiences.
So here, there's a kitchen for you. You can cook, go to. You have freedom to do whatever you want to do.
You have control over those things, the same way you have it in your house.
Yes.
But let's talk about some of the challenges in this business.
Okay. Oh, challenges. Oh, there are a lot of challenges, especially with some very difficult customers, some difficult guests. Like now, if you have to draw a very detailed contract or agreement, terms of agreement. If not, they will refer you back to it, and you'll be like, oh, it wasn't stated here, so sorry, we can't do this.
Okay, so example, every customer, sorry to butt in, every customer signs an agreement, like a contract.
Yes.
Wow.
Like a service level agreement.
Okay.
So it's
how many pages would that be?
Like 4 to 5 pages.
Aha.
So it will state every, our do's and our don'ts. Like now, there's a limit to how many guests you can receive.
Okay.
Then there's a limit to how many workers you can have. Some people might want to bring in their own personal cook chefs and cleaners. So there's a limit. So you're only allowed to have one chef and one cleaner. Yes, to come into you. Then you have one parking space. For how many rooms? Well,
I believe you have different.
For a particular, not one apartment.
So yeah, so what type of apartment?
Okay, we have the two bedroom luxury. That's where we are now. Okay. We have the 2-bedroom economy, and we have the 4-bedroom. Okay. So, but the other ones are under construction. We are still renovating them. That's the 1-bedroom studio apartments. Okay. Yes, we have 2 1-bedroom studio apartments under renovation, and 1 2-bedroom downstairs also under renovation.
Okay, we're still going to touch on the challenges because you just mentioned one, but I still want to ask the rules and regulations you talked about. What do they involve? Oh,
there's a lot. Okay, like now, the cost of diesel has gone up now, so it depends on the kind of discount we give our customers. So we have like a 4-hour daily rule for running the gen. So we only run the diesel gen for just 4 hours in a day for you. But if it exceeds 4 hours, you would have to bear the costs. Wow. Yes.
Isn't it supposed to be the responsibility of the...
Yes, it is. It is the responsibility, but the cost of diesel has gone up. So
before now, were you running it all through by yourself without the cost implication falling on the customer?
Yes, yes. But when the price
went up,
we had to, because it was affecting the business. We were losing a lot.
And how have customers been taking that?
That's not too well. That's why I said it's one of the challenges. That's why you have to draw up a detailed contract stating everything. So whatever, if they don't agree with it, no problem.
Has it reduced the patronage in any way?
No, it hasn't.
Okay, so that's one of the rules. Tell us about other rules.
Okay, like I said, the one cleaner and one parking space. Then no noise.
One parking space. So if I come with my husband and he has his own car, we come maybe with a friend that has a car too, we'll have to just make do with one car.
No. You can. We can create. There's a parking space for our guests outside. Okay. I mean inside the compound.
Oh right.
Yeah, but there's parking space for our guests outside.
Okay.
So for other guests.
So how long can one stay in this apartment?
You can stay for as long as from 2 to 3 days to like 9, 10, 12 months.
Okay.
Yes.
I was hoping you were not going to say yes.
No.
Okay, so have you had issues with clients, especially some people who maybe flout these rules and then in the end you have to make them pay the damages?
Yes.
How do you go about that?
Yeah, well, like I said, everything has to be stated out. It has to be stated out plainly. So if they go against any of these rules, we refer it back to them and we tell them that this is going to be taken out of your caution fee. And there was this particular guest that my boss told me about. He said they came here and he had already warned them, no parties. Parties are not allowed because we have other guests. And you would,
so in any of the apartments, but you talked about bridal shower. Bridal showers involve parties.
Yes, but it depends. They're not like there's a limit to how many people you can have.
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm allowed to play music, to have fun with my friends at my bridal shower.
Yes.
If I'm coming here to rent the apartment for my bridal shower.
Yes, you're allowed to do that. But it depends. Like now,
there's a limit to the noise.
Yes. Because there are other guests, and you might, disturb their privacy, and also it's very important to, have other guests in mind when you do that. Maybe if there are no other guests around, we could have, we can allow such. But
are the walls soundproof? Like, does it kill or reduce the amount of noise that goes out?
To an extent it does, but there's no how people won't. Yes,
what's the average cost of the service apartment?
Okay, like from
the least to the highest.
From the least, right now we have the 2-bedroom economy, which ranges from 55K to 30K, depending on how many days you spend.
Okay, that's per night, right?
Per night. So 55K per night for like 2 to 4 days. Then from 5 days to 1 month, 45K per night. Then from 1 month and above, you have 30K per night for the 2-bedroom economy. So, but for the 2-bedroom luxury, we're actually doing the promo now, but on a standard 2-bedroom luxury, we have 100K per night for 2 to 4 days. Then from 5 days to 30 days, we have 90K per night. Then from 1 month and above, 80K per night. But now we're doing the promo for just 80K per night.
So when is your peak season for this business?
Oh, it's during the festive season. That's from, let's say, November, December period. That's the peak, because a lot of people come back home for the holidays. They want to meet their family, spend time. They come back for weddings and all. So they want a really nice and serene environment to stay, where they have freedom to do.
So tell us how you maintain the serenity in this kind of environment.
Yes,
parties
we don't allow parties, and even in the contract it states there that we must be maintain a quiet environment, no noise.
Other people who come with babies, the babies crying and all of that, you can't control that, can you?
Yes, no, you can't control that. But that's those kind of things are not that's natural. Yeah, they're not issues, because yes, it's a baby. So, but things like noise, like it's too much noise. You can play music quite alright. We even have Alexa. When we call Alexa, play, and she plays the music. So it's not a big deal. But parties that are so loud that disturb the neighborhood, no.
So how profitable is this business when compared to the capital that is invested into it?
Oh, it's quite profitable in the long run. When you first start, you spend a lot of money.
Like
this
how
place
much?
This place looks quite expensive, doesn't it? Well, like how much?
Yeah,
for the capital. Like this place right now, to fix it up, costs 11 million.
Because I can see it's tastefully furnished with all of the wall paintings and all of that, beautiful frames here and there. So yes, you how much did you say it cost?
11 million.
11 million, just this 2-room service apartment.
Yes.
So if we're looking at returns, how much on the average are you looking at, and how soon? Because you talked about in the long run.
Yes.
How soon is that long run, and how much are you looking at recouping back?
How soon is the long run? Okay, I would say in the next six months to 1 year.
Okay, not bad.
Yes. In the next 6 months to 1 year, and we're hoping to get at least an average of 15 million. Yes. 15
million, 11 million. That's not profitable, is it?
Not too profitable, but within
the short
space of time, like I said, from 6 months to 1 year.
And because it's not like you'd have to rebuild or something. But let's talk about the cost of maintenance. Okay. Maintaining such a beautiful apartment, what's the cost like?
Oh, the cost of maintaining an apartment is quite, it depends, because it depends on how well the fixtures and everything was, fixed, especially the plumbing, the electricity and all. So it just depends. But the cost has not been so much like that. It's been fair enough.
Okay, so when it comes to cases of maybe emergency for your clients, are there emergency provisions? What I mean is, in the case of maybe health issues, is there like a first aid provision,
Yes.
medical attention given to them?
Oh yes, we do have first aid provision where the staff are. Yes, we do have something like that.
So I know you talked about the affordability of this place, especially when it comes to the different options that people have. But is there any room or any platform for payment by installment?
Yes, there is, but it has to be before you lodge in. So there is, but we have exceptions. Like now, we have some guests here that took for a long period, like for 6 months. So we explained to them that this is how the payment plan would work. That's why it's also important to state out everything in detail.
Okay.
So what happened was that since they planned to stay here for 6 months, we told them to pay an initial deposit of 3 months worth their stay. Then after 1 month of occupancy, they would, just to ease the payment process for them, they will be paying monthly
For
till
the remaining
3 months,
Okay.
and that's it. So it was time for them to pay. They already spent 1 month here, so we gave them an invoice, and they were like, no, they're not going to pay because they've not spent their 3 months yet.
Okay.
But the
But
contract,
was it not spelled out in the contract?
the contract the fact that it was for 6 months. Yes, it was spelled out in the contract that the short-term lease was for 6 months. But we gave them another. But the thing is that the mistake was that it wasn't spelled out that after 1 month of occupancy, they will be paying monthly.
That wasn't spelled out in paper.
Yes,
pen and
in
paper.
pen and paper. So that was what affected us.
Okay.
And the thing is that we also gave them at a very huge discount.
Oh.
So it really affected us because they said we were going to stay for 6 months.
So that brings me to looking at the fact that, do you also consider, for instance, if I'm staying for 9 months, you said people can stay for as long as 9 months.
Yes.
Do you also reduce or give me huge discount, considering the fact that I'm spending so much time? Or would it be the same consideration for someone who is spending perhaps 1 or 2 weeks?
No, it won't be. That's what, like I said, we gave them a huge discount because we're spending at least 6 months.
So the longer you stay,
the
more
longer you stay, the
consideration.
more consideration we give you. But like I said,
always spell it out.
yes, always spell it out. You have to spell it out, or else it's.
So how do you do?
You end up
cases
shooting
like
yourself
this,
in the leg.
The one you just mentioned.
How do I do? Oh yes, like I said, make sure everything is stated out.
Yeah, in this case,
pen and paper.
you've not spelled it out.
Yes.
Because sometimes there are some clients that come and on the basis of maybe consideration or maybe compassionate grounds, you just want to give them some leverage, or you want to give them some discounts that are not spelled out on paper. How do you deal with that situation when maybe the client decides to differ or decides to change things around without even, because he or she knows that you don't have it on paper and you can't hold me to it?
Okay, like for instance, in this same matter, we had to call for a meeting with the client. Sorry, is it clients? Okay, occupants.
Yeah, client, guest, occupants.
Yes, we had to call for a meeting and stated it out that this was the agreement and you are going against this agreement. So we would come back with a revised agreement.
Okay.
Since we actually agreed for 6 months, and now you're making it look like it's a 3 months contract.
And you consider them on compassionate grounds, not on a contractual agreement.
Exactly. So we ended up shooting ourselves in the leg. So.
But of course, that's one good mistake that a lot of people out there can learn from. That when it comes to businesses like this, you have to put everything in black and white so that you don't have issues of court cases and all of that. Let's talk about the job opportunities in this industry.
Okay.
What are the value chain, the opportunities therein?
Okay, we have a lot of opportunities in this business. Like now we have opportunities for supervisors, operations managers. We have opportunities for cleaners, housekeepers, and even drivers, because we have a car rental service as well.
Oh,
yes, Milano car rental services. Yes.
Okay.
So we have such job opportunities.
So what are things you look out for in employing these people or recruiting?
Yes, we look out for mostly, you must have at least a degree, a secondary school degree. You must be, well articulated, you must speak well, because you have to relate with our customers. So you must speak at least, have a knowledge of English. Then you must also, yes, it depends on the people though. Like now for the laundry people, we need like male staff that can, do the laundry well and iron properly between the ages of, let's say, 25 to 35 years old. Then for the cleaners, mostly female. We could do female and male between the ages of, between 25 also and 35. Yes, so it depends. But like mostly, like I said, you must be able to speak well.
So what's the average walk-in patronage you have on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, figures, okay, let's say 400,000.
No, I'm talking about the number of people that patronize.
The number of people. Okay, walking. Okay,
yes,
sorry.
walking.
Oh, let's say two to four people daily.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. And that's within a period of 1 year. So what would you say stands you out, when compared to other short-let apartments?
I would say our price and our location.
Okay.
Yes.
The prices, are they affordable?
Yes, they're quite affordable because I've done my research and I've checked other apartments. They're quite on the high side. So we have the advantage of, making it a little bit, lower and more affordable.
So I imagine that over time, especially when you have guests that stay for a long period of time, you begin to form a kind of rapport relationship with them.
Yes.
How do you, create that line or draw that line where you don't cross boundaries with your guests, especially for your staff? What are the rules or the measures you put in place so that your staff do not cross that line? We see that happen in hotels where, the staff or the, the staff get too comfortable with the guest, and then a lot of things happen, and it doesn't go down well.
We don't tolerate familiarity with clients. We don't tolerate
No
familiarity.
matter how long the client stays.
No matter how long, it's not tolerated. Like there was a case of when my boss said he walked in on one of the staff sitting on the chair with the guests watching TV. The next day,
see, that's what I'm talking about.
yes, the next day she had to go because it's not tolerated at all here.
But do you let them know this from day one?
Yes, we let them know. It's in the rules. It's in the JD. That's the job description and the agreement. They have to sign it. No familiarity with guests. It's all on an official basis.
So in wrapping up, what would be your final words to people out there who are looking forward to starting a business like this?
Okay, at first it might be challenging, and when you look at the cost, capital and all that, but if you have a vision and you know where you want to get to, things will definitely fall into place.
Thank you so much, Afolake, for your time on SME Hub.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll be speaking with Afolake and Cole, manager, Milano's Signature Apartment, talking to us about short-let apartment and, of course, the real estate sector. This is where we wrap it up on today's edition of the show. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Remember, the conversations continue on all our socials at iBrandTV. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as YouTube. My name is Omobolanle Adeshui. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.